Do you have a name?
Oh, yeah. This is Daytona's Surf.
Well, there we have it, my little darlings. That's David Bowie, of course. That's called Starman. Yeah. I know a few people, but there's only one star. Isn't it, Del?
You're such a smooth talker, sir. That's why I love you so much.
Thank you, darling. Ladies and gentlemen, peeps, Mr. Del Bromham. Yay!
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, people. Hey.
Yeah, man. Long time, Del. Long time.
Yeah, too long.
I think you were on the show about, what, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, on the British invasion, which, in a past life.
Was it that long ago?
I think so.
Well,
I know I used to grab you every time you were at Rock Hard Towers and like, Del, come and talk to me.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, like I just said to you before we came on, I have no idea what we're going to talk about, but there's first recording I did with you.
Yeah.
Was for Devil's Highway, I think.
Do you know, I was trying to think about this, and it might have been the other way. It might have been the other way round, you know, because I think we did. Just for you punters out there who don't know, Nigel and I got together and we recorded my second solo album called 9 Yards. And what actually happened, I believe, was I'd had an album out before that called The Devil's Highway, and it never actually went with a record label. It was one of those things, you know, just sent it out privately, sold it at a gig and things like this. And then when I actually got the record deal for 9 Yards with Angel Air Records, it started to do very well, started to get some interest going. I started playing more shows. And if I remember rightly, Nige, Angel Air come and said to me, "Oh, the Devil's Highway album that you did, could we release it?" I said yes, and then they said, "Would it be? Have you got any other tracks you could do?"
Need more stuff on it, is what they said. Need more stuff.
Yeah, but they want to make it a little bit more interesting. I think the original album had maybe 10 or 12 tracks on it, and I said to them, well, I think it might be an idea maybe if I just had a word with Nigel and we nipped in the studio and did a couple of songs.
Yes.
And I think 6 songs later, something like that.
In the space of about half an hour, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we stuck it in the microwave and off it went.
Yeah, we did.
So what actually happened there was, it was, you know, quite literally like old style. The Beatles made an album in a day, because I came in the morning. I think we had a cup of coffee about 10:30, 11, a quarter to 11.
Yep.
Started at 11 o'clock.
And you were home by lunchtime, weren't you?
No, that was another recording session we did. But this one,
okay.
This one doing the Devil's Highway stuff. Where I came in 11 o'clock. It was like going to work for the day, and we'd finished by 6 o'clock, and it was all the tracks done, and you got them together, sort of polished them up a little bit, sent them to me.
Hit them with a big,
to the record label.
Hit them with a big hammer, Del, is what I did. Hit them with a big hammer.
Well, I sent them to Angel Air Records, and the boss came back to me and he said, "This is brilliant. How long did it take you to do that?" I said, "Oh, about a day." He said, "I can't believe this." He said, some people take months doing this." I said, "Well, me and Nigel don't muck about when we get in there going."
No.
So you know, going back to your original thing,
yes.
No, I think the first proper recording stuff we did in the studio was in fact the 9 Yards album.
Was it? Oh, okay then.
Yeah, because it was because of the popularity of 9 Yards.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Angel Air wanted the extra track, so we did that.
My memory's not what it used to be, mate. I'm getting old.
No, I had to think about that, because it was all the wrong way round. You know, the Devil's Highway came out first, but it didn't come out first. You know, on a label. And when the 9 Yards one came out, which you and I did, they said, "Hey, you had another album. Can you do some more?" and that's how it went, you know. So yeah, that was how that one did. And we done various other bits and pieces in the past, you know, live shows and bits of live recording here and there. And stuff.
Don't jump the gun! Don't jump the gun, Del. I'm waving my hand at you now.
Oh well, I'm ever so sorry, but all right. Well, I'll go back. I'll go back to the 9 Yards thing, because that was an interesting story in itself. Because I thought, well, it's time to make another solo album. There wasn't much going on with my band Stray at that time. I'd been doing some solo promotion with Devil's Highway, so I booked you in Rock Hard Studios for a day, I think, or two, maybe at the most, just to put a couple of demos down to see if the songs were any good.
Can we hang on that 1 minute, the 9 Yards thing, so I can play one of them added tracks off of the Devil's Highway? Yeah.
Well, I'll go back to that in a minute then.
Okay, thank you very much. I was going, what? No. So here he is. This is one of the songs we put down very, very quickly. Mr. Del Bromham, he's going to count this in all by himself. This is Rambling on My Mind.
See, I was rambling.
You was rambling. You was.
1, 2, 3. This is Daytona's Surf.
Yes, there we go, Mr. Del. And the big finish. Rambling on My Mind from the album Devil's Highway. One of them songs that we kind of went, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. And the 9 Yards album, Del.
Yeah.
I kind of got in your head with that one, didn't I?
Yes, indeed. It just, I don't, as I was about to say, I came down just to, I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do. I kind of had a thought about what I wanted to do, but I really felt I needed to just put a couple of songs down and see how they sounded, then take them away and think about where I was going to record them, what I was going to do, where, when, etc., etc.
Yes.
But when I got home, I think I was in there for about a day, maybe a day and a half. I can't remember. Not an awful long time. I put a couple of.
We didn't do many either on that first time.
I think
muck about. I think it's about 4 or 5 maybe. Just a quick
if
muck
that,
about.
yeah. And when I took them home, I thought, hang on. This is what, unknowingly, this was what I was after. So I came back and I said, well, I booked the rest of the week, I think,
yes.
or something like that. Anyway, and I said, this is actually what I wanted it. I wanted it to sound raw. I wanted it to sound. I don't know. I just had in my mind what I wanted it to sound like, and it sounded exactly right. So I said, as Cliff once said, let's do the show right here.
Yes.
So we did, and basically between the two of us, we did most of the album. I can whack a drum kit, but I decided to call in Carl Randall, who plays with me in Stray, to do proper drumming. and then,
which is a bit weird, because he was one of the last in, wasn't he, to record it? We'd done a lot of it.
Yes, we had done. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, we put a click track down so that, except for one song,
Yes.
we didn't, and I'll remind you of that in a minute.
Okay.
We sort of put a click track so it made it easier if we was going to put proper drums down, because we kind of kept it almost acoustic for the first few days, you know. And then we thought, oh, I think some of these need some proper drums on, you know.
Well, I think it was a screaming guitar first, Del. Wasn't it? Shall we put a little electric bit in there, and then it all went a bit mad.
Yeah, then you got to have some foundation, haven't you?
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
And then, as I say, I had this idea for the song "What Goes Around," which was like slide guitar, kind of Del Bromham meets, I don't know, C6 Steve, somewhere along the line. And I just had this thought about just like slide guitar and drums. So, and I can remember Carl coming down, and Carl, he's very sort of meticulous. He's almost like a mathematician on the drums.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, can I have the click track?" And I said, "No." He went, "No."
That's right.
I said, "No." I said, I want it spontaneous. I said, I want it to be like we're just playing. I don't want no click tracks. So we just played that. I think we just had a little run through so he could hear what the song was, and then we did it when like the next take.
Yes.
So we had all we had was guitar, slide guitar, and drums. I put a bass on it, and I put a vocal on, and I think I turned around and said to you, you know, I think the next day I came in, I said, look, I've had this idea. It's almost like not a question answer, but like someone saying something, and then someone else could potentially be making a comment about what I just said the first time. And I said, I want to get some backing vocals in there. How about I call Cherry Lee Mewis, because I've been doing a bit of work with her, and Robbie played bass for me for a while, as well as playing in Cherry Lee Mewis's band, and they both sing.
Yes.
So they came down, and I said I played Cherry what we had on that song, What Goes Around. She had a listen. I remember she went to the microphone to do a sound check for you, and then she said, "I'll have a go." So she did it in that first take, and she said, "Oh yeah, that was great. I'll do it properly now." And you said something like, "No need to worry, I've just taken that."
Yeah.
So we had to listen to it, and it sounded fine.
You always,
So I said,
always record the run through.
Yeah. So I said to Robbie, it could do with, knowing he plays harmonica.
Yep.
I said it can do with some nice blues harmonica on there. So he did the blues harmonica, and then there was a couple of other songs that I decided needed backing vocals on, and.
I mean, we basically made this up as we went along, didn't we? Really?
Absolutely. Well, this was another little exercise whereby they arrived at 8 o'clock at night. By I think 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30, give it the benefit of the doubt, we'd done the main vocal for What Goes Around.
Yep.
We'd done the harmonica for What Goes Around, and we'd done backing vocals on several other tracks, and we'd finished in about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
Done.
Didn't take long.
No, it was done, and that was it. One of the songs is called What Goes Around, which no, not What Goes Around. Everybody Has to Sing the Blues, which has a fine, catchy chorus to it.
Shall we hear that then?
I do believe you might well have that one handy for us.
I think so. This is Everybody Sings the Blues, or Has to Sing the Blues, sorry. Just have a listen to the end. That's the main bit for me.
We'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, story and bit about that in a bit.
This is Daytona's Surf.